What's going on YouTube? This X-Man 1991 coming to you back again with another video. This is going to be a special video. As you can see the shirt that I'm wearing. I want to say happy birthday to AEW superstar Penelope Ford, former Houston Texan and current Cleveland Brown quarterback Deshaun Watson, the late legendary Amy Winehouse, and more importantly, today's the 50th birthday of legendary hip-hop artist, top 3 of my greatest rappers of all time, Nasir Jones, better known by his rap name Nas. Nas is definitely, regardless, one of the greatest rappers of all time. I did a video about Nas on his 45th birthday in 2018, but all I did was listen to his Illmatic album. I really didn't give y'all no details about his early life and his career and what he got going on right now. That's what I didn't do when I did a video about him in 2018. But here I am doing a full video about Nas now that he's turning the big 5-0, a half a century. And he don't look no half a century. And he has a new album that's dropping in the next couple of hours. I believe it's the sequel to his Magic album, Magic 3. That's coming out in the next couple of hours. But before we get into that, let me grab these albums right behind me of Nas to show y'all when did he release these albums that I currently have from him. So let's get right into it. Mr. Nasir Jones was born in Brooklyn, New York on September 14, 1973. His father, Aludara, born Charles Jones III, is a jazz and blues musician from Mississippi. And his late mother, Fanny Ann, was a U.S. Postal Service worker from North Carolina. He has a brother named Jabari Fred who raps under the name Jungle, and he is a member of the legendary hip-hop group The Bravehearts. As a young child, he and his family relocated to the Queensbridge houses of Queens, New York. Ill Will influenced his interest in hip-hop by playing him records. His parents divorced in 1985 and he was dropped out of school after the 8th grade. He educated himself about the African culture through the 5% Nation. In his early years, he played the trumpet and began writing his own lyrics. Nas enlists Ill Will as his DJ. He initially went by the nickname Kid Wave before being more commonly known as Nasty Nas. When he was 16 years old, he met up with producer Large Professor and went into the studio with Rakim and Kool G Rap. While they were not in the studio, Nas would go into the booth and record his own material, but none of it was never released. In 1991, he performed at Main Source's Live at the Barbecue, also produced by Large Professor. In 1992, he was approached by MC Serch of Third Base, who became his manager and secured Nas to get signed to Columbia Records. And he made his solo debut under the stage name Nasty Nas on the single Halftime from MC Serch's soundtrack for the film Zebrahead. Called the new Rakim, his rhyming skills attracted a significant amount of attention with the hip-hop community. On April 19, 1994, Nas released his debut album and masterpiece, Illmatic. This album debuted at number 12 on the Billboard 200 and number 2 on the top R&B/hip-hop albums chart and was certified double platinum. And it received a 5 mic review. With these singles, Halftime, One Love, The World Is Yours, New York State of Mind, It Ain't Hard to Tell, and Life's a Bitch, with the only guest appearance from AZ. Illmatic is definitely one of the greatest hip hop albums of all time and one of the best albums of the 90s decade. Nas also made guest appearances on AZ's Do or Die, of course, Mobb Deep's The Infamous, Only Built for Cuban Links by Raekwon, and 456 by Kool G Rap. On July 2nd, 1996, Nas released his second album, and my all-time favorite of his, It Was Written, of the 90s. This is my favorite Nas album of the 90s. But my favorite album of Nas in general is Stillmatic. This album debuted at number 1 on the Billboard 200 and number 1 on the top R&B/hip hop albums chart, and was certified triple platinum with the hit singles Street Dreams and If I Rule the World, Imagine That. Nas was definitely on the top of his game with his first two albums. On October 21st, 1997, he and his group The Firm, him, Foxy Brown, Cormega, AZ, and Nature, he formed that group, and they were all signed to Dr. Dre's Aftermath Entertainment and released their only album, Nas, Foxy Brown, AZ, and Nature Presents The Firm. Of course, that album hit number 1 on the Billboard 200 and number 1 on the top R&B/hip hop albums chart, and was certified gold, with the two singles, Firm Biz and Phone Tap, which did not chart it. During this period, Nas was one of 4 rappers, the others being B Real from Cypress Hill, RBX, and KRS-One, in the hip-hop supergroup Group Therapy, who appeared in the East Coast/West Coast Killers from Dr. Dre Presents The Aftermath. Of course, Nas co-wrote and starred in his first movie, Belly, also starring DMX, also making his film debut, Method Man, and T-Boz of TLC. In early 1999, he shot the music video for his lead single, Nas Is Life, which was produced, of course, by DJ Premier, and it contains samples of the song It Ain't Hard to Tell. On April 6, 1999, the day after my sister's 6th birthday, Nas released his third album, I Am, once again debuting at number 1 on the Billboard 200 and number 1 on the top R&B/hip hop albums chart, and was certified double platinum, with the singles Nas Is Like and Hate Me Now featuring Puff Daddy. Months later, on November 23rd, Nas released his fourth album, Nostradamus. He became the third solo hip-hop artist to release 2 platinum albums the same year, DMX being the second and Tupac being the first. Of course, this album received some mixed reviews from critics, saying that it is Nas' weakest album, and I can't blame them. The album hit number 7 on the Billboard 200 and number 2 on the top R&B/hip hop albums chart, and was still certified platinum, with the singles Nostradamus and You Owe Me. On November 21st, 2000, Nas and Ill Will Records released the complication album QB's Finest, with their hit single Uchi Wally and The Bridge 2001. The album also had guest appearances. It features Nas and a number of other rappers from Queensbridge, including Mobb Deep, Nature, Nashawn, Littles, Bravehearts, and Cormega. In 2001, we all know Nas began his feud with Jay-Z, ladies and gentlemen. One of the biggest hip-hop beefs since Tupac and Biggie. Jay-Z dropped Takeover, which was released on the Blueprint that was released on 9/11 of 2001. And of course, Nas made a comeback with his hit and most memorable diss track, Ether. On December 18, 2001, a week before Christmas, Nas released his 5th album and my all-time favorite of his, Stillmatic. Stillmatic, of course, was a comeback album for Nas after the disappointing release of Nostradamus. Stillmatic hit number 8 on the Billboard 200 and number 1 on the top R&B/hip hop albums chart and was still certified platinum. With the famous diss track Ether and the other singles Rule, Got Yourself a Gun, The Flyers, and One Mic. It was definitely a commercial and critical success and helped re-establish Nas's career following the disappointing release of Nostradamus. On December 13, 2002, Nas released his 6th album, God's Son. Of course, partly inspired by Nas's feud with Jay-Z and of course the death of his mom in early 2002, God's Son covers lyrically themes such as reach, religion, violence, and his own emotional experiences. The album hit at number 18 on the Billboard 200 and number 1 on the top R&B/hip hop albums chart and was still certified platinum with his famous hits Made You Look, I Can, and Get Down. He also got the New York version of Thug's Mansion with Tupac and Jay Phoenix. And of course, the last track on the album, Heaven, is from the soundtrack of the movie You Got Served. On November 30th, 2004, Nas released his 7th album, Street Disciples. It was originally going to be released on September 14th, but it got pushed back to November 30th. This also marked the end of Nas's run with Columbia Records after 10 years on the label. The album hit number 5 on the Billboard 200 and number 2 on the top R&B/hip hop albums chart and was still certified platinum. With the singles Thief Sting, Bridging the Gap, and one of my all-time favorites, Just a Moment. On December 19, 2006, Nas released his 8th album, Hip Hop Is Dead, his first album under Def Jam Records after leaving Columbia Records. Of course, Hip Hop Is Dead hit number 1 on the Billboard 200 and number 1 on the top R&B/hip hop albums chart and was certified gold, with the singles Hip Hop Is Dead and Can't Forget About You. It was also nominated for a Grammy Award for Best Rap Album, but immediately lost to Kanye's Graduation. On July 15, 2008, Nas released his 9th album, Untitled. It was originally going to be called Nigga, but due to the controversy of the album title, he decided to rename it Untitled. The album still hit number 1 on the Billboard 200 and number 1 on the top R&B/hip hop albums chart and was also certified gold, with the singles Make the World Go Round and Hero. It was also nominated for a Best Rap Album at the 51st Grammy Awards, but it immediately lost to Lil Wayne's The Carter 3. On July 13, 2012, Nas released his 11th album, God Is Good. This album, of course, again hit number 1 on the Billboard 200 and number 1 on the top R&B/hip hop albums chart, and was also certified gold, with these singles Nasty, The Dawn, Daughters, and Cherry Wine. No, that was his 10th album. This is his 11th album that was released in 2018, named after his first name, Nasir. This album hit number 5 on the Billboard 200 and number 4 on the top R&B/hip hop albums chart. In August 2020, 21st, during the pandemic, Nas released the first album of the King Disease series. This album won a Grammy for Best Rap Album at the 63rd Grammy Awards. It definitely received positive reviews, debuting at number 5 on the Billboard 200 with the single Ultra Back. A year later, on August 6, he released the sequel to King Disease. This is obviously the best one in my opinion, King Disease 2. It debuted at number 3 on the Billboard 200 and number 1 on the top R&B/hip hop albums chart. Nas then released his 14th album months later, Magic, on December 24th, Christmas Eve, debuting at number 27 on the Billboard 200 and number 11 on the top R&B/hip hop albums chart. Last year on Veterans Day, Nas released King Disease 3, hitting at number 10 on the Billboard 200 and number 4 on the top R&B/hip hop albums chart. 2 months ago, on July 21st, he released his 16th album, Magic 2, the sequel to the first one. It contains guest appearances from artists such as 21 Savage and 50 Cent. Magic 2 hit number 52 on the Billboard 200 and 18 on the top R&B/hip hop albums chart. And approximately a couple of hours from now, he's going to release his 17th album, Magic 3. It's set to be released at midnight. Let me see what other movies that Nas starred in besides Belly. Because Belly was his first movie, and that is obviously one of the best movies that I've ever seen. He made a guest appearance on an episode Hawaii 5-0. He played as a drug dealer in the movie In Too Deep. He also has a documentary called Nas, Time is Illmatic. Nas is without a doubt one of the greatest hip-hop artists of all time. So, in 2014 and a year later, he was featured on the top 10 best rappers of all time list by Billboard. This year, he was ranked at number 3 on Billboard's top 50 greatest rappers of all time, which they did the right thing to put him in the top 3, but I'm still pissed off about that whole damn list. But I'm happy that they put Nas in the top 3, because to me, he is a top 3 rapper. He's definitely in my top 3. So Nas don't look no damn 50, ladies and gentlemen. He's definitely crowned one of the best lyricists of all time, one of the greatest storytellers of all time. I mean, Nas, he's a legend himself. I know you got other legends such as Tupac, Biggie, Big L, and Big Pun, but Nas is also considered a legend. If I had a Mount Rushmore of 90s rappers, I say Tupac, Biggie, Nas, and I can't leave out Redman. That's my Mount Rushmore of 90s rappers. Tupac, Biggie, Nas, and Redman. Thank you, Nas, for everything that you've done in your career for the past 30 plus years, man. Nas definitely deserves his flowers. His music will continue to be heard from years to come. That's going to wrap up my rant celebrating Nas's 50th birthday. It's hard to believe that he is now 50 when he doesn't look he damn sure doesn't look no damn 50. So if you're new here, hit subscribe and hit that notification bell for my next video. Get this video a thumbs up and leave your comment down below. Oh, and I want to address YouTube real quick. Yesterday, Mike Henry got his YouTube channel terminated, which I call bullshit on that, and I'm pissed the hell off about it. All because Mikey was making several videos about you-know-who. I'm not going to say his name right now, because if I do, then YouTube's going to probably take my channel down. And if I do, I don't give a damn if they take my channel down or not. I've already deleted all my videos about you-know-who. I am currently uploading videos about him from now on Rumble. Rumble is probably a safe place to make videos about him. And according to Mr. Opinions 333, I just saw a video of this one guy named J Money 314. He confronted you-know-who and put it on his TikTok. The no life, no coochie getting ass nigga, you know who I'm talking about. He was shopping at Walmart telling J Money, don't get your ass beat, bro. And J Money let his ass have it. He was calling him a nasty pedophile, and I applaud J Money. I'm like, it's about time somebody confront this nigga. Since he loved to act so hard and tough, like he gonna beat you up or he gonna shoot you when he gets on social media. But when it comes to confronting somebody in real life, he acts like a sissy and a fucking coward. So I applaud J Money for confronting this guy while he was shopping at Walmart. But I'm still pissed the fuck off that Mikey got his YouTube channel terminated. It's been 5 years since he created his YouTube channel, and now 5 years later, YouTube want to take that away from him? Get the fuck out of here, YouTube. Y'all done lost y'all damn minds. Mikey definitely deserves justice. He did not deserve to have his channel get terminated. That's why he had to create a new one. And he is currently on Rumble, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to try to leave a link to his Rumble account and his new YouTube channel in the description down below. YouTube, get y'all shit together and leave people's YouTube channels alone. Let them say what they want to say. It's a damn freedom of speech. I'm really getting sick and tired of people's channels getting terminated just because we're making videos and speaking facts by this nigga, because he's a pedophile talking sexually to underage girls and attempted to meet up with them. We're all ready for that sting operation video to come out next week, and his fans damn sure need some help. So, with that being said, I'll catch you tomorrow if I have time to make a video. I think I'm going to try to do, I need to do my review of WWE Raw 2. That is scheduled to be uploaded by tomorrow. If not, then I'll upload it on this actual 20th anniversary, which is Saturday. So, happy 50th birthday to the GOAT. Top 3 greatest rappers of all time, Nas. Play stupid games, win stupid prizes. No more talk.